Right friends, welcome back to News at a Glance for 30th week. This is from 25th July to 31st July. Look at the first one. Ministry of Home Affairs constituted a committee to explore other possible alternatives to pellet guns as non-lethal weapons. Non-lethal weapons means they are not dangerous to life. But recently this pellet guns controversy resulted in the alienation of people of Kashmir to some extent, and several people lost their eyesight, and we discussed in detail in the news capsule about the pellet guns, and this is in the category of non-lethal weapons. And if you want more about non-lethal weapons, examples are water cannons, then pepper spray, then tear gas. So these are the examples of non-lethal weapons. Now to review the use of this pellet guns in view of loss of eyesight to several people in Kashmir, now a panel was constituted, that is a 7-member panel. This will be headed by TVSN Prasad, Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Look into the next one. Niti Aayog is formulating 15-year vision document. All of you are familiar with the 5-year plans of a planning commission. The 12th 5-year plan period is ending on 31st March 2017. All of you are well aware Niti Aayog came into existence in place of planning commission from 1st January 2015. Now the era of 5-year plans is also coming to an end. So this 12th 5-year plan will be the last, and this ends on 31st March 2017, and from now onwards Niti Aayog is formulating 15-year vision document with a 7-year strategy and 3-year action agenda. So this is going to be the strategy in future, that means from 2017-18. And this vision, that is 15-year vision document, 7-year strategy and a 3-year action agenda will be implemented from 2017-18, that is from 1st April 2017. And the sectors identified are tentatively infrastructure, commerce, education and health. And the most important, it deviates from the objectives of planning commission, because it looks at decentralization of various plans. And second important point is internal security and defense are going to be added as the priority areas under Niti Aayog. Right? Look into the next one. First death anniversary of APJ Abdul Kalam was observed on 27th July 2016. Please don't forget, our ex-beloved President APJ Abdul Kalam died while giving a lecture at Indian Institute of Management, Shillong on 27th July 2015. And Dr. Abdul Kalam was associated with the Pokhran nuclear tests as well as Agni and Prithvi missiles. And in view of first death anniversary on 27th July 2016, one important aspect is life-size statue was unveiled at Rameshwaram. Two union ministers, M. Venkaiah Naidu and the defense minister Manohar Parrikar visited Rameshwaram, and their foundation stone was laid for Dr. Kalam National Memorial. Please look into the slide. This is the location of Rameshwaram, and here National Memorial of Dr. Abdul Kalam will come up. And another important aspect is Rameshwaram was also included under Amrut. Amrut means Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. So Rameshwaram will be developed under Amrut. Right? So these are the important developments when you look at the first death anniversary of APJ Abdul Kalam. Look into the next one. Ramon Magsaysay Awards. Before going into the details, let me tell you something about Ramon Magsaysay Awards. They are considered as Asia's equivalent to Nobel Prize, and they were established in the year 1957 in the memory of a third Philippine president, and the presentation ceremony held annually in Manila on 31st August, that is the birth anniversary of late President Ramon Magsaysay. And this year 6 were awarded, 2 are from India, 1 from Philippines, Conchita Corpio Morales, then one from Indonesia, then one from Japan. From Japan, this is organization Japan Overseas Cooperation Volunteers, and one from Laos. In addition to these four, two are from India. Let us look at the Indian winners. One is a famous musician, Carnatic musician T.M. Krishna. 40-year-old Chennai-born musician was awarded for ensuring social inclusiveness in culture. And the citation clearly states, music can be a deeply transformative force in personal lives. And if you look at Bezawada Wilson, born in Kolar goldfields of Karnataka and born into a family of manual scavengers, and he is fighting for the abolition of manual scavenging, and he is the national convener of Safai Karmachari Andolan, and he was awarded for asserting inalienable right to life of human dignity. Please look into this slide. He is Bezawada Wilson, fighting for the rights of manual scavengers for the past 20 to 30 years. He is from Karnataka. So, 6 were given Ramon Magsaysay awards. They are considered as Asia's equivalent to Nobel Prize. Hillary Clinton became the first female presidential nominee of a major party in the history of United States of America. Please don't forget, Hillary Clinton belongs to Democratic Party, Donald Trump belongs to Republican Party, and if she gets elected, then she will be the first female president of United States of America. And please don't forget, the elections are going to be held in November 2016, and Barack Obama, the 44th president's tenure, ends in January 2017. Look into the next one, that is the Union Cabinet approved another AIIMS, that is All India Institute of Medical Sciences at Bhatinda in Punjab. Recently, Government of India announced AIIMS at Gorakhpur, and this is under Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana, and this AIIMS at Bhatinda will come up with a cost of 925 crores of rupees and 750 bed capacity. And at the same time, Union Cabinet also approved raising the foreign individual shareholding limit from 5% to 15% in Indian stock exchanges. And there is no change in aggregate terms, that means in totality, foreign investors can hold up to 49%. When you look at the stock exchanges, Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange or the stock exchanges, and commodity exchanges are MCX and NCDEX, right? Look into the next one. India signed a $1 billion deal with the US defense and aerospace major Boeing. Boeing is United States of America company, and recently India signed $1 billion deal with this US defense and aerospace major for procuring 4 long-range maritime surveillance and anti-submarine warfare aircraft. This is Poseidon 8I. And the previous deal was for 8 Poseidon 8Is. Please look into this slide. These are Poseidon 8I type of aircrafts, and the basic purpose is for long range maritime surveillance of the oceans. So, with the procurement of 4 long range Poseidon 8I, India's surveillance capabilities over Indian Ocean region will increase. And at the same time, please don't forget, previous deals include 22 Apache helicopters. Please look into this slide. And at the same time, 15 Chinook helicopters. Please look into this slide. So, Chinook, Apache, then Poseidon 8I. These are manufactured by Boeing. Boeing is America-based company, and Poseidon 8I, the main purpose is to have long-range maritime surveillance, and it will also act as anti-submarine warfare aircraft. Right, friends, look into the next one, that is RBI imposed a 27 crore rupee penalty on 13 public and private sector banks. And here Bank of Baroda rupees 5 crores, Punjab National Bank rupees 3 crores, State Bank of India rupees 3 crore. You may ask why RBI imposes fine. RBI normally imposes fine for flouting KYC norms. Know your customer norms are to be enforced by the banks so as to prevent money laundering. What is meant by money laundering? Money laundering is the process in which the illegal money will enter the legal channels. That is money laundering. So, to prevent money laundering, KYC norms are to be enforced. Sometimes banks violate KYC norms. That's why banks are being penalized. Second one is for violating Foreign Exchange Management Act regulations on advance import remittances. For imports, advances were paid by flouting Foreign Exchange Management Act regulations. So, for violating KYC norms as well as FEMA guidelines, penalties were imposed on 13 public and private sector banks, and the total penalty is rupees 27 crore, out of which Bank of Baroda rupees 5 crore, Punjab National Bank rupees 3 crore, State Bank of India rupees 3 crore. Ritu Beri, all of you are familiar with her because she is a fashion designer. Indian Railways assigned the task of designing new uniform for Indian Railways staff. So, Ritu Beri will be the new designer of uniform for Indian Railways staff. And at the same time, please don't forget, she was also appointed as advisor to Khadi and Village Industries Commission. And you may ask, what is KVIC? KVIC is Khadi and Village Industries Commission under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Please don't forget, it was established somewhere in 1950s. Look into the next one, father of hybrid sorghum. You may ask, what is meant by sorghum? Please look into this slide. This is sorghum. This is basically dry land crop, and he is the pioneer in research of several dry land crops. His name is Neelam Raju Ganga Prasad Rao, famously known as NGP Rao. He died recently at the age of 89 years, and he is instrumental in developing sorghum hybrids CSH1, CSH5 and CSH9. And don't forget, these varieties are being cultivated in over 5 to 10 million hectares across the country. So, famous scientist of dry land crops NGP Rao passed away recently. Center advised states to implement electronic national agriculture market so as to integrate agriculture markets. Recently, the Prime Minister inaugurated it, and the target is to connect 200 mandis by September 2016. And overall in the country, 585 mandis will be interconnected through electronic platform by March 2018. And the central government advised states to expedite the process. So, the final target of 585 mandis is by March 2018. Verizon is the largest wireless telecommunications provider in United States of America. Recently, Verizon agreed to buy web business of Yahoo for $4.83 billion. And you may ask, who is the CEO of Yahoo? Marissa Mayer. And both Verizon and Yahoo are United States of America based companies. And at one point of time, the valuation of Yahoo was more than $100 billion. And what a downfall, now it was valued at just $4.83 billion. So, this Yahoo is globally known for its web portal and search engine Yahoo. So, finally, Verizon is purchasing the web business of Yahoo for $4.83 billion. Eminent writer and social activist who spent considerable time in rural India and who is the voice of the oppressed classes and who wrote in Bengali language 120 books including 100 novels, and who fought for the rights of tribals and marginalized sections, that is Mahasweta Devi, died at the age of 91 years in Kolkata. And Padma Vibhushan, Magsaysay Award winner, Sahitya Academy, Gnanpith Award winner Mahasweta Devi died at Kolkata. And Mahasweta Devi famous novels. Please look into this slide. Hazar Churashirma, Aranyer Adhikar, Jhansi Rani, Agnigarbha, Rodali. These are all the famous books written by Magsaysay Devi, and some of her novels were made into films. Hazar Chaurasi Kima. This is one famous film based on Magsaysay Devi novel. Then Rodali. This is also the film based on Magsaysay Devi novel. So the famous social activist and writer Magsaysay Devi passed away. LIC signed an agreement making Axis Bank its bank assurance partner. What is meant by bank assurance? Bank assurance is basically the model where insurance company, in this case LIC, joined hands with a bank to sell its products. And in the banking parlance, this is known as channel sales. Someone talks about channel sales, don't get confused. Channel sales is another name for bank assurance. And another important aspect is from April 1, 2016, corporate agents like banks can tie up with a maximum of 3 life insurance companies, 3 non-life insurance companies, and 3 standalone health insurance companies. And please look into this slide. Life insurance companies, the maximum shareholding is by LIC. I listed other life insurance companies. Please go through this slide. Then at the same time, non-life insurance. And here I would like to tell you one important point. Agriculture Insurance Company of India Limited, this is into the insurance of agriculture sector. Second one is Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of India Limited. This is to insure risks associated with exports. Then 4 public sector insurance companies, all of you are well aware, National Insurance, New India Assurance. Then the other one is Oriental Insurance and United India. So these 4 are in public sector, and other things I have given in this. Please go through these images. And then standalone health insurance companies. Examples are Star Health, Religare, Apollo Munich. So these are all examples of standalone health insurance firms. Standalone health insurance firms, the meaning is they are into only health insurance. Right friends, look at the next question. Oracle. Oracle is basically the company associated with database software as well as enterprise software. It recently purchased NetSuite. Both the companies are headquartered in United States of America, and Oracle bought NetSuite for about $9.3 billion with a view to give cloud services strategy a big boost. And don't forget, the CEO of Oracle is Larry Ellison. RBI imposed a penalty of ₹1 crore on UCO Bank for violating the instructions relating to the opening of a current account and providing bill discounting facilities to account holders without having any borrowing facility with the bank. There are some rules which were flouted with regard to opening of current account as well as bill discounting facilities were given to account holders who does not have borrowing facility with the bank. So this bill discounting, you may ask, what is bill discounting? Bill discounting is granting money against the receivables. That means against a bill, bank will give some money to the seller. So seller getting advance payment against the receivables. That is known as bill discounting. I am not going into the details. I told only the broader meaning. Sometime later we will discuss in detail about the bill discounting facilities. Right, so UCO Bank was given a penalty of ₹1 crore. Solar Impulse 2 became the first aircraft to circle the globe using only solar energy. And it belongs to Switzerland, please don't forget. It is a long-range solar-powered aircraft project, and it is made up of carbon fiber so as to reduce the weight. Then the final leg of the journey was completed when it landed at Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, and total 17 journeys were taken across the globe with 558 hours of flight time, and it used only solar energy with 17,248 solar cells with 4 lithium polymer batteries. Friends, look into the next one. T. Nandakumar, chairman of National Dairy Development Board, resigned recently. His tenure is up to 2019. He was appointed in 2014 and he recently resigned. And you may ask, where is the headquarters of National Dairy Development Board? The headquarters is Anand, Gujarat. Anand is nearer to Ahmedabad. Please don't forget. For passengers booking tickets through IRCTC website, Rupees 10 lakh insurance cover will be introduced from September 2016. So it is optional. If you want, you can take, otherwise you need not take. The premium is just rupees 1 per passenger. In case of death or total disability, rupees 10 lakh compensation will be given. And in case of permanent partial disability, 7.5 lakh rupees will be given, and maximum hospitalization expenses will be rupees 2 lakh. And it is optional for whoever the passengers willing to pay rupees 1 as premium. This will be applicable, right? So this will be introduced from September 2016. Railways is contemplating a holding company to take over most of the railways public sector units. Suresh Prabhakar Prabhu is the railway minister, and you may ask, what are the railways public sector units? So please look into this slide. These are the public sector undertakings of railways. CONCOR is the Container Corporation of India Limited. This is the railways public sector undertaking which is listed. Then RITES, then IRCON, RailTel, Indian Railway Finance Corporation Limited, which looks at the requirement of finance for the growth or procurement of capital assets in railways. So these 5 are public sector undertakings of railways, out of which Container Corporation of India is listed, right? Run for Rio was organized in Delhi on 31st July, and one important point is this was organized from Major John Chand National Stadium to Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. And please don't forget, Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports with independent charge is Shri Vijay Goyal. Tripura Sundari Express was flagged off from Agartala to New Delhi. This is from Agartala to Anand Vihar in New Delhi, and Railway Minister laid the foundation stone for construction of new railway station at Imphal, and at the same time, please don't forget, foundation stone was also laid for Agartala Akhaura International Rail Link. Please look into this slide. This is Agartala Akhaura, just 15 kilometers, out of which 10 kilometers is in Bangladesh, and Government of India is going to construct this railway line. Once this railway line is commissioned, then northeastern part of the country will be benefited immensely. So if someone talks about Feni River, if someone talks about Chittagong Port, if someone talks about Akhaura railway line, these are in Bangladesh. Please don't forget. Justice Dilip Babasaheb Bhosale sworn in as the Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court. And at the same time, I would like to tell you one important point. Allahabad High Court recently completed 150 years of its existence, and Patna High Court completed 100 years of its establishment. Former diplomat who was associated with the discussions on comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty, that is Arundhati Ghosh, passed away recently. Government of India stated that 10,000 Indians stranded in Saudi Arabia will be evacuated and no one will go hungry. There is a serious crisis in Saudi Arabia because of layoffs of several blue-collar workers because of downturn in economy. Saudi Arabia, please look into this slide. This is the map of Saudi Arabia, which is West Asian country. Iconic cricketers were inducted into ICC Cricket Hall of Fame. Out of 4, Muthaiya Muralidharan, famous Sri Lankan spinner, then Arthur Morris, Australian left-hander, Australian women cricketer Karen Rolton, then George Lohman, England bowler. These 4 are included in ICC Cricket Hall of Fame. As per the Chimago Institution's rankings report, CSIR, you may ask what is CSIR? Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. This became the world's 12th best government institution out of 746 institutions ranked by Chimago Institution's rankings. And please don't forget, This CSIR was established in 1942 as autonomous body, as a society registered under Societies Act of 1860. And please don't forget, this is the largest R&D organization in our country, and most of the funding to CSIR is by Ministry of Science and Technology. These things please don't forget. Right friends, with this let us conclude the news at a glance. Please do join for other modules. Have a nice day. Thank you.